Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to a journal with me video. I filmed myself doing my daily journaling spreads in my Hobonichi cousin for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was going to do Friday as well, so it's like an even work week, but I don't know, I just got too lazy. So we're going to deal with 4 days. I feel like I don't really show my Hobonichi cousin daily spreads as much anymore, and it's mostly because I kind of changed up how I use my Hobonichi cousin for this year, and I feel like it's just not as relevant to people who aren't me, if that makes any sense. But yeah, anyways, I still wanted to show this week. So basically my structure is in the mornings when I wake up, I write down my to-do list on the left side. So I just use my pencil to first divide up the page, and then I write down today with the Tombow fudenosuke brush pen in the soft tip. And then kind of how I structure my to-do list column is at the top, I start off with several bullet points. These are just basically things that are happening that day, but they're not necessarily a to-do list item. So typically it's, for example, going to the gym. It's just kind of like an event that happens, and I'm not, I don't know, it's kind of like a non-negotiable for me, so it's not like a to-do list item. I hope that makes sense. And then for the bulk of my to-do list, it is going to be related to work. And then towards the bottom, I also create a section for personal things. And that's basically what I do every morning. And then for the right portion, this is where I do all of my really random journaling. So for this year, I mostly write about my day in my other planner, which is the Take a Note A5 planner. And then in this one, I just kind of expand on certain ideas that I have, make any more detailed to-do lists, brainstorming ideas, reviews, things that don't really fit in with writing about what exactly happened during that day. So with that out of the way, I will talk about what happened on Monday. So I wrote down my to-do list, and then I decided that this week was going to be another design marathon week. I kind of go on these like benders where I don't know, like barely sleep. I don't really do anything else other than go to the gym and design. And I decided that this week was going to be one of those weeks. So I made a pretty exhaustive to-do list of everything that I wanted to get done this week. I just put it on Monday, but it's going to be kind of like a running to-do list throughout the week. And it's mostly for our 8-year anniversary sale. I guess I should talk a little bit about that on YouTube, but basically on March 5th, that is going to be my shop's 8-year anniversary. That is so crazy to say. Just to put some context, like I'm currently 23, so that's when we get to the 8-year mark, my shop would have been open for more than a third of my life, like my entire lifespan, which is so crazy. Oh my gosh. But anyways, on that day, we're going to do our annual anniversary sale. There's going to be a discount, lots and lots of freebies, and then a lot of specialty releases, including washi tapes and other fun things. So I haven't really done any announcements about that yet, except the fact that it's going to be March 5th, since that does not change every year. But I think next week I'm going to start making announcements, and I will try to do kind of like a run through on YouTube as well. That was basically what I was designing for this entire week. And then I put down 2 strips of washi tapes just to kind of divide up the day, because later in the day I kind of wrote a very informal review about Last Night in Soho, which was a movie I watched with my friend over the weekend. and I made some little doodles. I loved the costume design, so I just had to draw her little dress and hairstyle, and then I just wrote very quickly what I thought. When it comes to movies, I'm the biggest scaredy cat and I cannot do horror movies. I went into the movie not knowing that it was horror, and I came out of it still not knowing that it was a horror movie. So yeah, if you are someone who doesn't do well with scary movies, I would definitely recommend this one because it was pretty mild. Okay, moving on to Tuesday, I continued with my to-do list as usual. On this day, I wanted to visit my sister and my nephew because I had not seen them in quite a while. I've talked about this a few times, but I got into a minor car accident a few months back, and honestly, like, I thought I was okay because it was a pretty mild event. However, it really did change how I feel when I drive. And yeah, I just had to take a little break from driving. And so that's why I wasn't able to see my sister for quite a while. I always try to bake or cook something to bring over. I feel like any new parent would appreciate just some extra food. So yeah, this week I decided to make some candied nuts, and I used almonds and pecans. It was really easy to do, and our entire house smelled so good. Recently, I started another kind of notebook just for all of my favorite recipes. So the recipes that I write in my Hobonichi cousin are typically just like ones that I try, and it does not guarantee that it was a good recipe. But yeah, I've just been going through all of my previous recipes that I journaled about in my Hobonichi cousin, picking out my favorite ones, making little notes and tweaks about it, and then I am consolidating it into my legitimate recipe journal. And yeah, it has so far been a pretty fun project. My only thing is I wish I had taken better photos of all of the things that I made so that I could actually print it out and put it in my recipe book. Unfortunately, I didn't think that far ahead, so we are just settling for some doodles. So yeah, after I came back, by the way, my nephew, so cute. I cannot even. Okay, anyways, when I came back, I got a lot of work done, and then in the evening, I guess I just wanted to do a little bit of self-reflection, so I put down a few of these like stamp die-cut washi tapes, and I lettered in thoughts. Basically, I think lately I've just been in a constant state of stress, so just like 24/7, I am super jumpy, very impulsive, and if anything like happens out of the ordinary, I just get super like almost afraid, if that makes any sense. And it's just not a fun way to live. I just feel like my entire mind and body, every like little cell is just constantly stressed. So I'm just trying to better regulate myself a little bit more these days. So for example, I'm spending way less time on Instagram, on Facebook, and just like on social media in general. Not necessarily because social media is toxic for me. I'm actually pretty okay with like not letting it affect me too much, but it's more so just like focusing on staying unplugged from technology in general. So I like to go on long runs, and it's really great because for an hour or 2 hours, however long I decide to run, I just listen to some music and zone out, and that has been really helping with just not being in a constant state of stress. I guess running, though, is like physically a form of stress, mentally too, because you're kind of like fighting against yourself. It's definitely different from the kind of stress that I feel when I'm working and stuff. So yeah, that was basically what I was writing about on Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday, I wrote down my to-do list as always, And then I was really excited because our last batch of items for the subscription, sorry, not the subscription, the anniversary sale arrived on Wednesday, and everything looked super, super cute. As I kind of explained in the beginning, I do a lot of brainstorming in this journal as well. So at the top, I was just doing some sticker sheet layout ideas, and I didn't film it because I just needed to quickly jot down some ideas. But then in the evening, I put down this potato party washi strip for my shop. I think this is so fun. If you can't tell, I'm doing kind of like a neutral browns sort of theme for this week. Anyways, Wednesday was Valentine's Day, which I completely forgot about. So I just decided to use all of this empty space to write about the things that I love. So what did I write about? I did art, stationery, fitness, cooking/baking, reading, and learning. And I basically just made a little doodle and wrote about why I love each of these things and I guess what purpose it serves for me. Last year for Valentine's Day, I really went all out and I planned this like entire self-date thing, and I think I actually filmed a journaling vlog for it on YouTube, so you can probably find it from a year ago. But I remember, I think I did some cooking and I bought some treats and had a movie night and I went to the library, stuff like that. But yeah, again, this year I just completely forgot, so this is what we're settling for. This year I'm really trying to flesh out my hobbies. I think I've just kind of lost myself a little bit over the past few years. For example, with art, I obviously love designing stationery. I love drawing everything that I draw for the shop. But at my core, I think I am more of a painter. I love doing landscape paintings with either watercolor or oil paints, and I just haven't done that in a very long time. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did a landscape plein air oil painting course, I think in December. But yeah, just like in general, I'm not very satisfied with my art hobby. And so for this year, I'm trying to do more personal artwork and painting. I have been reading a lot more, which is great. And I'm cooking and baking every week again. So yeah, overall, I am just trying to increase my attention towards my hobbies. Okay, moving on to Thursday. Again, I just wrote down my to-do list, and Thursday was a rest day from the gym. I'm also trying to do more rest days. I genuinely love going to the gym and also running, but any person who does fitness will tell you that rest days are very important so your body has the chance to recover and you don't get too burnt out. Although I am just remembering that on Thursday afternoon, I ended up going for a quick jog, but that's okay. In general, it was a rest day. On Friday, I had plans with my friend to watch a movie, so I wanted to pick up some snacks. I got the Amy's roasted vegetable pizza, which is my favorite frozen pizza because it does not have any cheese on it, which you guys know I am the biggest hater of cheese. I just can't. And it has these like delicious roasted peppers and artichokes, and it also has this like kind of brown sauce, which sounds super gross, but it's like a little bit sweet and it's super good. So if your grocery store carries Amy's frozen pizza, I definitely recommend this one. And then I also got some popcorn from Boom Chicka Pop, and I wanted to get some hummus and baby carrots. And then for the rest of the space, I decided to do some more reflection about things that I can improve on in general. So yeah, those were basically all of my spreads for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. Bye!